Prime Minister Modi says the country is supreme and Vikas is a mantra, says peace, unity and harmony is essential for development of the country. The Prime Minister says some parties keep party's interest above the national interest, but for the BJP, national interest is paramount. Both the Houses of Parliament adjourn over the Delhi violence issue. In the Lok Sabha, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister says peace and normalcy are the priority for the government. Says the government is ready to discuss the Delhi violence issue whenever the Speaker so decides. Social media reacts to Prime Minister Modi's tweet about thinking of giving up his accounts on the social media platforms. On Monday, posting across different social media platforms, Prime Minister had said, "This Sunday, thinking of giving up my social media accounts on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube." Two new positive cases of COVID-19 reported in India, one in Delhi and another in Telangana. One Italian tourist also suspected to be infected in Jaipur. Health Minister says the government is fully prepared to meet any eventuality. COVID-19 claims 4 more lives in the US, taking the death toll in the country to 6. The global death toll goes past 3,000 mark. World Health Organization says situation can be contained with right measures. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa dissolves Parliament, calls for general elections on 25th of April. In sports news, Indian men's hockey team reaches its highest ranking since the launch of the FIH World Rankings. The team makes it to the 4th spot on the back of an excellent form in the FIH Hockey Pro League. Hello and welcome. You're watching DD News with me, Nancy Kohli. Our top story: Prime Minister Modi has spoken with the BJP leaders at the party's parliamentary meeting. He urged the leaders to treat the country as supreme. He says development is a mantra and peace and harmony are essential to achieving this aim. The members of parliament need to take the lead to ensure peace and brotherhood prevail. Prime Minister Modi said that several parties are putting the party before the country. The BJP credo is to put the country before the party.
देश हित सर्वोपरि है और विकास हमारा मंत्र है। विकास के लिए शांति रहना चाहिए, एकता रहना चाहिए, सद्भावना रहना चाहिए। ये सिर्फ हमको बोलना नहीं, हर एक एमपी इसमें लीड लेना चाहिए। देश हित के सुप्रीमेसी लाने के लिए एक तो विकास के साथ सबका विकास और सबके विश्वास, ये मंत्र लेते हुए मनसा वचसा कर्मणा, ये 3 सिद्धांतों के साथ हमको चलना है।
Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prasar Joshi also said that attempts are being made to politicize the chanting of Vande Mataram and Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
बहुत आग्रहपूर्वक प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ये कहा, आज के दिन में जैसे हमारा फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल में हुआ था, देश हित और दल हित का एक इशू तब भी आया था। तब वंदे मातरम को भी इनकार किया गया था। ऐसे आज भी कई दल देश हित और दल हित में दल हित सुप्रीम मान रहे हैं, लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एमपी, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जनप्रतिनिधि देश हित सर्वोपरि मानना चाहिए। इसके लिए जैसे तब वंदे मातरम इशू बनाया गया था, आज के दिन में भारत माता की जय भी एक इशू बनाने का कोशिश चल रहा है। प्रधानमंत्री इसके लिए चिंता व्यक्त की।
The Parliamentary Affairs Minister also informed reporters that Prime Minister Modi will interact with the beneficiaries on the Jan Aushadhi Kendras on the 7th of March.
7 तारीख को माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जन औषधि केंद्र का सभी जो 6,300 अभी तक दुकानें खुले हुए हैं उनके साथ और उसके जो लाभार्थी है उनके साथ वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस से उन्होंने एक इंटरेक्शन करेंगे.
Moving on now, both the houses of parliament continue to witness pandemonium over the issue of Northeast Delhi violence. The opposition members created ruckus, shouting slogans, following which the Rajya Sabha proceedings were adjourned till 2 in the afternoon, while the Lok Sabha proceedings have been adjourned till noon. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu said that the ruckus being created by the opposition indicates their true intention of not wanting to discuss any legislative business.
This is the reason I am not immediately accepting for discussions, because I know what is happening, what is likely to happen, and the way things are happening now. I adjourned the House to meet at 2 p.m. today.
And in the Lok Sabha, amidst the ruckus, the Speaker Om Birla announced that no MP will leave his seat and go from one end to the other. He added that this will be applicable to all the members irrespective of their party.
सर्वदलीय बैठक के अंदर भी हमने 2 बातों का आपस में चर्चा की है. नंबर 1, सदन के अंदर कोई भी, चाहे तेजी बेंच हो चाहे प्रतिपक्ष का बेंच हो, कोई भी मान्य सदस्य इधर से उधर क्रॉस कर कर किसी की सीट पर नहीं जाएगा. और अगर जाएगा, सुन लीजिए, जाएगा तो मैं आसन से व्यवस्था दे रहा हूं, उसको पूरे सत्र के लिए, चलते सत्र के लिए निलंबित करूंगा. सदन को फिर मैं आपको अवगत करा दूं, चाहे तेजरी बेंच का कोई भी व्यक्ति जाएगा तो उन पर भी वही कार्रवाई होगी जो इधर की बेंच पर जाएगा.
Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prasar Joshi reiterated that the government is ready for a discussion over the Delhi violence in both the houses of parliament. He added that the restoration of peace and normalcy is the utmost priority of the government.
सदन में डिसिप्लिन बनाए रखने के लिए आपके नेतृत्व में जो निर्णय हुआ है, हम पूरे तहे दिल से वो स्वागत करते हैं और हम आपके साथ रहते हैं. और मुझे इतना ही कहना है, दिल्ली के बारे में जो अजय रंजन जी उठा रहे, वो तो 0 ओवर में जो उठाने का है उठाने दो. आई वुड लाइक टू पुट इट ऑन रिकॉर्ड. यस्टरडे ऑल्सो वी हैड सेड, हमने बताए थे कि अगर वो रेस करना है तो रेस करने के लिए हमारा कोई आपत्ति नहीं था. मैं इतना ही कहता हूं, रिस्टोरेशन ऑफ पीस एंड नॉर्मलिटी इज द टॉप मोस्ट प्रायोरिटी. फिर भी जब आप तैयार करते हैं ना, तब सरकार चर्चा के लिए तैयार है.
Moving on now, the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal arrived at Parliament some time back to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi. These visuals of some time back of the Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal, who arrived at Parliament to meet Prime Minister Modi. And let's now go across to our correspondent Shailendra Mishra, who is joining us on the phone line. Shailendra, share with us the details of that meeting, of the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and Prime Minister Modi, and also importantly, the Lok Sabha has been adjourned till 12 noon, Rajya Sabha adjourned till 2 p.m. in the afternoon, but important legislation that had to be carried out today on day 2 of the second part of the budget session of Parliament.
देखिए, हम जानते हैं कि आज भी जो गतिरोध है वो देखने को मिल रहा है राज्यसभा और लोकसभा में. जैसे ही दोनों सदनों की कार्रवाई शुरू हुई, दिल्ली हिंसा को लेकर विपक्षी दल जोरदार हंगामा करते नजर आए. और ऐसे में जब गतिरोध बना रहा तो लोकसभा 12 बजे तक और राज्यसभा 2 बजे तक स्थगित कर दी गई है. सरकार की तरफ से लोकसभा में संसदीय कार्य मंत्री प्रहलाद जोशी ने स्पष्ट तौर पर कहा कि जब भी तय हो सरकार चर्चा को तैयार है और सदन ऑर्डर में आए. और साथ ही साथ ये भी कहा कि सबसे जो महत्वपूर्ण अहम प्राथमिकता है कि जो दिल्ली में जो शांति बनी है वो बरकरार रहे और उस पर सरकार सबसे ज्यादा ध्यान दे रही है. तो हम जानते हैं कि दरअसल इस मुद्दे पर चर्चा कब हो और एक तरह से उसको लेकर एक टकराव देखने को मिल रहा है सत्ता पक्ष और विपक्ष के बीच. और इस बीच लोकसभा अध्यक्ष ने भी सदन में जो हालात बने उसको लेकर जो कल जिस तरह की एक दृश्य देखने को मिला उसको लेकर एक नाराजगी भी जताई थी और आज भी ये चेतावनी दी और कहा कि प्ले कार्ड न लाया जाए और कोई भी सांसद अगर बिल में आके नारेबाजी करता है तो उसे पूरे सत्र के लिए निलंबित किया जा सकता है। लेकिन जिस तरह से गतिरोध बना हुआ दिखाई दिया, दोनों सदनों की कार्रवाई फिलहाल स्थगित है और ऐसे में देखना होगा कि क्या कोई रास्ता निकलता है, कोई सत्ता पक्ष और विपक्ष के बीच कोई सहमति बनती है, क्योंकि जिस तरह से गतिरोध बना हुआ दिखाई दे रहा है। फिलहाल 12 बजे जब लोकसभा की कार्रवाई शुरू होगी तो क्या सांसदों को दिल्ली हिंसा पर बोलने का मौका दिया जाएगा और उसको लेकर कोई बात आगे बढ़ेगी या फिर गतिरोध बना रहेगा, ये देखने वाली बात होगी।
Okay. All right, Shailendra Mishra, thanks very much for joining us for the moment and sharing all those details. So important legislation that needs to be carried out on day 2 of the second part of the budget session of Parliament. Of course, day 1 was lost amidst pandemonium created by the opposition as far as the violence in some parts of the national capital is concerned. Moving on now, and within minutes of Prime Minister Modi's tweet saying that he is thinking of giving up his social media accounts, scores of netizens urged him to not quit the various social media platforms as "No Sir" hashtag trended on Twitter. Prime Minister Modi had on Monday said that he's thinking of giving up on his social media accounts. In a tweet, the Prime Minister had said, I quote, "This Sunday thinking of giving up my social media accounts on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube, will keep you all posted," unquote. Prime Minister Modi, who's known for reaching out to the masses through social media, is the most followed Indian on Twitter with his follower count at 53.3 million mark on the microblogging site. Prime Minister Modi is also in fact one of the most followed world leaders on Twitter, with only the 2 US presidents Donald Trump and his predecessor Barack Obama ahead of him. Prime Minister Modi is also the 3rd world leader to have crossed the 50 million followers mark on Twitter after Barack Obama and Donald Trump. Moving on now, 2 new positive cases of coronavirus COVID-19 have been reported in the country. One positive case has been detected in New Delhi and the other in Telangana. The person from Delhi has a travel history from Italy. The other one from Telangana has a travel history from Dubai. Further details of their travel are also being ascertained. Both the patients are stable and are being currently closely monitored. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan has advised people to avoid travel to countries like Iran, Japan, South Korea and Singapore. While speaking with the media in New Delhi on Monday, the Health Minister also advised people to not create panic and report any recent relatable symptoms like fever, sore throat or respiratory problems at the nearest designated medical facility. He informed that passengers coming in from all such countries where corona cases have been reported are thoroughly screened at 21 airports, 12 seaports and 65 minor ports. And the Union Health Ministry held a meeting through the video conferencing, and feedback from Rajasthan was taken during the meeting. Additional Chief Secretary Medical and Health and Family Welfare Department Rajasthan, Rohit Kumar Singh, gave feedback to the Health Minister. Mission Director NHM, Public Health Director SMS Hospital, Superintendent besides other doctors were also present during that meeting. And in fact, more background, an Italian tourist with the symptoms of coronavirus has been admitted to the isolation ward of the SMS hospital in Jaipur. He was admitted to the hospital after a report from the local laboratory said that he could be positive for coronavirus. And in fact, this was the second report. The first report was found to be negative. The suspected patient was part of a group of 20 tourists who landed in Jaipur on the 29th of February. The other 19 tourists have left for Agra, and efforts are also being made to contact them for screening. The Italian embassy has been informed. And South Korean President Moon Jae-in said that the government was waging all-out responses to contain the coronavirus. He said the nation will be able to overcome the COVID-19 outbreak and revive the shrunken economy. South Korea has the largest national total in the world outside China, as the country added 600 more cases, taking the total to 4,812. While the total death toll stands at 18. Scores of events have been cancelled or postponed over the disease. South Korea's central bank has warned of a minus growth in the first quarter, noting the epidemic will hit both consumption and exports. The Korea Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said nearly 90% of the cases were in Daegu, the center of the country's outbreak, and neighboring North Gyeongsang province. And 4 more people have died of the coronavirus in Seattle area of Washington, raising the death toll in the state and the nation to 6. The total number of cases in Washington has, in fact, now stands at 18. 5 of the deaths were in the King County and 1 from Snohomish County, also in the Puget Sound region just north of Seattle. The number of cases in the U.S. as of 1st of March had risen to 91, including U.S. having 43 domestic cases. So far, 10 states, including California and New York, have confirmed or presumed coronavirus cases. And the outbreak in South Korea, Italy, Iran and Japan are the World Health Organization's greatest concern. The WHO chief has said that in the past 24 hours, there were almost 9 times more coronavirus cases reported outside China than inside, but the disease can be contained with the right measures. Tedros reiterated containment should be the focus of the countries, noting that from the 62 nations that have reported the virus's presence, 38 have reported 10 cases or less. He also spoke against discrimination fueled by the outbreak. Moving on now, Ahar 2020, the International Food and Hospitality Fair, will begin in New Delhi from today. Union Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal will inaugurate the 35th edition of Ahar 2020 at Pragati Maidan. Ahar is one of the most awaited business-to-business events in Asia. The 5-day-long event will not only feature new food and beverage trends, but also hospitality services, processing, culinary technology, retail and new innovations. In more news now, the government will allow the export of onions from 15th of March in the interest of farmers. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has tweeted that the decision will help boost the income of the farmers. The minister further tweeted that this decision is a welcome step towards the welfare of domestic producers while also ensuring additional revenue for them. The government had last week decided to lift nearly 6-month-old ban on the export of onions as prices are likely to fall sharply due to bumper rabi crop. The ban was imposed in September last year after the prices of the commodity had skyrocketed. Now the onion prices have stabilized and there is bumper crop as well. Asha workers, Asha associates and the A&M workers in Madhya Pradesh are setting an example of empowerment. Not only are they financially independent but also empowered enough to make their own mark in society. These grassroots activists play an important role in the complete and balanced development of women and children. That's why the central government has increased the honorarium along with the incentive amount. For these Asha workers who take care of everyone's health, the National Health Mission will not only examine their health throughout the month of March, but also provide free treatment if needed.
Vaccinating children at the grassroots level or taking care of pregnant women. Asha workers and A&M workers do it all. They are also credited for the success of government's Dastak Abhiyan Mission Indradhanush scheme. Recognizing their contribution and selfless service in society, central government decided to further hike their incentives. Honorarium of Anganwadi workers have been increased from 3,000 to rupees 4,500 every month. Honorarium of many Anganwadi workers increased from 1,500 to 2,250 rupees every month. Government is also giving incentive money for economic empowerment. They may also avail free insurance cover under Prime Minister Jeevan Jyoti Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. 13.77 lakh Anganwadi centers are running across the country that are providing services to 836.25 lakh beneficiaries.
2014 की अपेक्षा तो अभी बहुत अधिक बढ़ गया है, जिसमें तो हम जितनी मेहनत करें उतना हमें मिल जाता है। तो मतलब पहले से तो काफ़ी अच्छा चला हम लोगों का।
बच्चों की मतलब फीस वगैरह कोचिंग का हम खुद अपने ऊपर निर्भर करते हैं। बच्चे मेरे CBSE स्कूल में पढ़ते हैं, अच्छे 99% भी लाते हैं, तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है। काम में तो अपने दिन प्रति बदलाव मैं देखती जा रही हूँ, जो कि मुझे काम करने में भी बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है।
Government has taken various steps to improve functioning of Ashas and ANMs. Under the new programs, Asha-related information are stored in database. Besides, a system is also in place to monitor the results of Asha programs. Moreover, a grievance redressal mechanism is also in place for such Asha workers. Asha workers needs to be empowered so as to empower other women in the society in true sense. Hence, these Asha workers are also honoured with national awards by the government. Ground Report, DD News.
Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has dissolved Parliament and called for general elections on the 25th of next month. A Gazette notification issued last night said nominations for elections will be received from the 12th to 19th of this month. The newly elected Parliament will meet on the 14th of May. The Parliament term was ending in the August, but general elections was called as current government led by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa is a minority government and expects to gain a majority in the coming elections. And let's now go across to our correspondent joining us from Colombo. Santosh Kumar is joining us from Colombo. Santosh, more details, from what we're getting, the elections to be held on 25th of April. And of course, the Sri Lankan president has dissolved parliament, expecting majority now, in these elections.
Yes, Nancy, the dissolution of parliament was expected since Gotabaya Rajapaksa was elected president in the last November elections. And Gotabaya's party and his brother Mahinda Rajapaksa, who later became prime minister, didn't have majority in the house. So they were not able to implement their policies and programs. And they also wanted to ride on the wave of popularity which was seen during the last November presidential elections. So they wanted an early parliamentary elections, but the constitution prohibited dissolution of house till 4.5 years of its term. The 4.5 years completed only on 1st of March, and the very next day the parliament was dissolved, and the government has been telling this about earlier. So it was on anticipated lines, and the government is looking for a clear majority in the house so that they can bring some legislative changes as well as bring laws to implement their policies and programs. So Sri Lanka is again in election mode, and next couple of months will be full of political activities, and a key contest is on the cards between the two sides. Nancy?
Okay. All right, Santosh, thanks very much for joining us for the moment and sharing all details. So the Sri Lankan parliament has been dissolved, and of course elections are set for April. Remember, of course, dissolution ordered by the Sri Lankan president Gotabaya Rajapaksa. It came 6 months before the parliament's term ended. All right, moving on now, the race to becoming the Democratic nominee to challenge Donald Trump for the White House in November's presidential election is heating up. Within the last 24 hours, two candidates have pulled out of the race, potentially consolidating moderate voter support behind Joe Biden. But centrist Mike Bloomberg has spent millions of dollars in commercials in the states, and left-wing Senator Bernie Sanders is still the front-runner. The voting for the crucial Super Tuesday primary contest in the U.S. will take place tomorrow, and after voting, about one-third of all the pledged delegates will be decided. 52 Democratic delegates are at stake, while 50 Republican delegates are at stake. In 2016, contest winners Hillary Clinton won the Democratic caucus, while Donald Trump won the Republican primary. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has a narrow lead over his rival Benny Gantz after Israel's third general elections in a year. According to exit polls, Netanyahu's right-wing Likud party is expected to win 36 to 37 seats, while Gantz's centrist blue and white alliance are likely to win 32 to 33. Netanyahu said the result was a great victory for Israel. Neither of the two main party leaders was able to command a majority in the 120-seat parliament following the last two elections. A win for Netanyahu after inconclusive ballots in April and September would be testimony to the political durability of Israel's longest-serving leader, who fought the latest campaign under the shadow of a looming corruption trial. The first trial of a sitting prime minister in Israel is due to begin on the 17th of March. Netanyahu has though denied any wrongdoing, and the results are expected to pave the way for Netanyahu to make good on his pledge to annex after the election Jewish settlements in the occupied West Bank and the region's Jordan Valley under a peace plan presented by the US President Donald Trump. And in sports news, Indian men's hockey team has achieved all-time high spot in the FIH hockey rankings. The men in blue have climbed a rank to the 4th position, their highest since the inception of the FIH World Rankings in 2003 in the recently released charts. India's excellent form in the first 3 rounds of the second edition of FIH Hockey Pro League has seen them move from 5th to 4th position. India's rise comes at the expense of Olympic champions Argentina, who dropped to the 5th place. World champions Belgium, who in January defeated Australia in Sydney to wrestle the top spot from their opponents, remain in the pole position, with Australia and the Netherlands also holding their positions in the top 3. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the news. Thanks for being with us.